All right, here's your review on the rational zero theorem. So write this equation down, press pause, we'll go through the steps. So the first step with the rational zero theorem is it creates a list of potential rational zeros. So just as you remember, what is a rational zero? It's an x-intercept that you know the exact value of. So we're talking an x-intercept. Oh, that went foggy, didn't it? See if I can clear that up. There we go. So we're talking about an x-intercept you know the exact value of. We can also think of it as any number that can be written as p over q, where both of these are integers, top and bottom. So that's another way to think of it. But if you can think of x-intercept and the word exact, that's what I'm thinking of. All right, so we're going to look at the last number, and we're thinking of all the numbers that go into 24 evenly. So I'm going to go in order, see if I missed any. There's a lot that go into it. Let's see, 8, 12, and then 24. And that's both positive and negative. Now that I have this list, it's kind of lengthy. Now I'm going to test this list using synthetic division. So I have 1, -3, -10, and 24. The first thing I actually look at is if I add these coefficients up, do they add up to 0? Because if they add up to 0, positive 1 works, and I have already a way to start. It doesn't add up to 0, so then I have to try other ones. So like let's say -1. And as soon as I think or don't think that this doesn't work, and you can tell it's not going to give me 0, then I just cross it out and I go to the next one. I'm looking for the number that gives me a remainder of 0. So as soon as I know it doesn't, I let it go. So let's see if 2 works. And I, kind of, but don't know ahead of time. So you don't know if it works or not until you actually try it. So we keep going until we find a number that works. Now this one does work. So this one gives me a remainder of 0. So I already know one of the zeros. So when it says like which are the zeros, I know one answer is 2. Now what's left over is 1x squared minus x minus 12. At this point, we're just going to factor and find the other zeros. So the two numbers that factor here are -4 and +3. They add up to -1 and they multiply to -12. So that 0 is +4 and that 0 is -3. If I want to write the function in factored form, I have this factor, x minus 4. I have the next factor, x plus 3. And then the first 0 I found, I need to do the inverse of that. So instead of +2, the last factor is x minus 2. All right, Mr. G Math over and out. Good luck on your quiz.